Hello everybody, it's Charlie again, and I'm currently playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a replay review on this game. I do have a playlist on my channel. If you guys want, you can check it out. It's basically one of my co-op games, but it's not in the co-op list. It has its own playlist because it's a separate game. But yeah, other than that, let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoy. Hello guys, I am ready to do a review on one of the coolest games that I played this year, or last year. As you can see, we got Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello, April O'Neil, Master Splinter. There's a little bit of Shredder there since it is his revenge after all. Anyways, this is one of the best beat-em-up games I've ever played. By far the best Ninja Turtles game I've ever played, especially when it comes to beat-em-ups. I played a classic Ninja Turtles game back when the arcades were famous, and I think it was called Turtles in Time, and I really enjoyed it. I also played the original Nintendo Ninja Turtles 2 game, which is really cool. As you can see, Leonardo, some gameplay here from Leonardo, the leader of the team. He obviously packs two swords. They're actually not katanas, they're ninjatos. A lot of people get that wrong. Although they look like two machetes really, because it's like that pixelated style. Ninjatos are basically the swords that ninjas use. A lot of people don't know that. But anyways, they're a little bit shorter and they're not curved. They're straight, you know, meant for stabbing more than cutting, but they can do both. But the point is, aside from that I am a huge fan of the franchise. Imagine this, when I was 3 years old, my dad actually bought me a Raphael cake, because they didn't have Michelangelo. Michelangelo's my favorite turtle. And the Raphael cake, I'll never forget. It was like one of the best birthdays I've ever had. But the point of this is that I'm a huge fan. So obviously I'm biased, but even though I'm biased, there's nothing I can take away from this game. This game is really cool. Each character has their own moves. Like I think Leonardo does his kicks and combos a little differently. His throws are a little differently, you know. They all have back kicks for opponents that go behind you. And it's very quick. The gameplay is crisp. The graphics are really nice, as you guys can see. This is the PS5 version. I did beat it on the PS4 version with my pal. I have it on a playlist on my channel. And it's a great time, especially if you do two players, even better. And obviously the game, if you've ever played beat 'em ups, you'll notice characters that you remember from the original show, like Rocksteady right there, the one from the cartoon. So it's very heavily on the I guess it's the 80s cartoon technically, late 80s, maybe early 90s, which is what I grew up on. And I absolutely love it. Like the moment I saw this design in the trailer that came out, I was so happy because I had been waiting for a good Ninja Turtles beat 'em up game for years, and finally in 2022 it came out. And the moment it came out, me and my friend went at it. At the time I only had a PS4, I believe. So the footage for my playlist is on PS4, but it looks basically the same, to be honest. I don't think there's that many upgrades because of the graphical style, but there's a great variety in enemies, which is also cool about the game. You know, Leonardo is more of a focused, trained type of character. He's a rigid kind of character, kind of like Cyclops from the X-Men, you know. He's just very rigid, which, by the way, I'm waiting for another X-Men game per se. But as you can see here, here's Raphael. Instead of the swords, he uses the scythes. And these weapons are usually for stabbing, if I'm not mistaken, but not really, because they're usually not sharp. So his aren't supposed to be sharp. They could grab, and they're mostly for hitting, to be honest. But I've heard of some of them being sharp if they're the really long ones. Regardless, Raphael is the ruffian of the group, the tough guy, and the most physically strong. You know, he's not the most skilled. I think that's Leonardo, but the most physically strong, where he can, you know, knock you the hell out. And obviously his attitude is rude. No, it's cool but rude. No pun intended. But I know that's a dumb joke. But anyways, the point is that his moves are cool because he does like a belly to back suplex, and he has more, you could tell he's more barbaric. The problem with Raphael in the game is that he's more of a short range due to his weapons, but he hits harder than the other turtles. They all have stat points, which one does better. I think Leonardo is the most balanced one out of the four turtles. But regardless, as you can see, the movement is very quick, very swift, as far as I'm concerned. And here's Donatello. He's a little bit slow. He hits pretty good, but it's right in between. But his range is the advantage with Donatello. He has the most range, so he can obviously he has a staff, which is his weapon of choice, and it's pretty excellent. I haven't mentioned, but each turtle actually has like a power move where after it charges up, the turtles they go wild, you know? They do these crazy moves, or they spin. Some of them do like a variation of a combo. And there is a good amount of moves, you know? Even though it is a beat 'em up and you kind of press the same buttons, you gotta be good. You gotta be quick about it, because the angles change in beat 'em ups, as you have to go up at the right time when you're getting thrown something, since everybody attacks you at once. Here's my favorite turtle, Michelangelo, with the nunchucks. Yeah, in real life I know how to use those as well. I love Michelangelo because, you know, he likes to party. You know, he's a party dude. And I used to be a party dude, not anymore, guys, but and he loves pizza, right? He's the one that says the pizza thing all the time in the cowabunga phrase. He loves that phrase. But yeah, Michelangelo is the quickest of them all. He doesn't hit as hard as some of the other turtles, but his speed is insane. His range is medium. It's a little better than Raphael's, but it's really not that good either. So he's more of a speed character. Jumps quick, moves quick. Obviously, I try to show you some of the difficulties in each clip. The first clip was a regular, then hard, then easy, then hard, just to show you that the enemies attack differently. They're very aggressive, which is great because it makes it fun. And it's just an all-out great experience overall, guys. I think this game really, and you could interact with objects too. That's the other thing. As you can see, those are shielded enemies. There's all kinds of variants. It's not just your basic beat 'em up, and it just flows. You know, it has a good flow to it. See, and there's objects falling from the sky and stuff. There's Bebop. So yeah, characters that you're familiar with and you love from the shows throughout the years. I know everybody has their own favorite version of the turtles. For that, there's different skins you could play as favorite versions. You know, you could play with the white eyes as well for the turtles. So yeah, look forward to that, guys. But here we have, yes, you can play with April. As you can see, she uses a mic. She's just used a special at the beginning. She's a pretty cool character because she's more of like an all-out brawler. Well, with some martial arts skill, obviously kicks and stuff. But I think her thing is speed as well, like Michelangelo. She's more on the speedy side. Her reach is not that great, but she's still a pretty good character because her turnaround combos and stuff when somebody's behind her is pretty good. It just takes a while to get used to the characters. You can see I got hit with that monitor badly. But yeah, the colors of the game, the graphical style, the gameplay, it's just, I feel like it's a total package. So we're just gonna do the positives for now. I'm gonna tell you, to me, there's only one negative to this game, but I'll tell you later on. But for now, I think I've already have a rating, so because I do that during the video, and the rating for this one, I think it's 9 out of 10. And I'll tell you why towards the end. But yeah, anyways, the point is, here is the man himself, Master Splinter. Taught the turtles everything they know. Pretty cool character, has a lot of reach. It's really hard, not that quick, because he's an older guy. So he's pretty good if you like heavy attacks and you like the distance of his hits. Even though he only has a short club, he extends his arms pretty long because he has long arms. But yeah, his combinations are different as well. He has his own power moves. His moves are familiar to some other games that you might have seen when you see the power moves and stuff. But yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite characters in the game. There's also special characters in the game and DLC. There is a character that you only unlock after you beat the game. I don't want to spoil and tell you who it is. I'm sure you guys can guess if you're a fan of the turtles. Here's a boss fight with Bebop. Don't worry, it's just the first level, so I tried not to spoil the game. And there is 2 DLC characters that I still haven't played with because the DLC came out recently. But yeah, the first boss fight is not that bad, but you could still get hit a few times. You got to make sure you kind of learn, movement. The game kind of like carries you, not carries you, but gives you a chance to get better little by little. But you'll notice the progressive difficulty, obviously. It's not so difficult that it's unfun. It's difficult enough that it's fun, even if you die a few times, you know? And like I said, it's better to play with other people, because that's the whole point of this game, in my opinion. You gotta play with your friends, or it's just better to have other people to play with you. If you don't, it's fine. It's still fun, regardless. But yeah, overall, I think, yeah, this is definitely a 9. And the reason why this game is a 9, guys, is because it's not long enough. I feel like it should have been just a little bit longer, and I've had this problem with certain games that I really like. I was gonna give it a 10, but that length, I'm sorry, this should have been longer, because the fun ends too quickly for me, you know? I wanted more. There is his special combo. It looks like a hurricane cake from Rio. But yeah, guys, overall, great package. You can't go wrong with this game, you know? And here are some of the trophies that you can unlock. I wanted to just show a few things that you can do with the game, and the options. There's not that many options either. There is a couple things that you can do that make the game a little bit more fun, or stuff to achieve to extend the playtime a little bit more. And other than that, there's the main menu, there's a new survival mode, and there's stuff that you can take off and put on to make the game more difficult and to your liking. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe when you get a chance. And like I always say, good game.